and this one is personality. It's funny because like a lot of times I do not have a name for a piece. The name might come about as I'm working, or it might come out at the end of the piece being made, and that's how this one came about. When I'm trying to come up with ideas, I look at a number of books or magazines, or I try to think of things that happened in my past and see how I can make something. This one here, I was referring to silversmithing book that I was given one time by George Jensen, one of the most famous silversmiths that ever been on the go. And he wasn't an apprentice, but another artist that worked with him ended up having made a coffee pot and a shaker. And he used these dots on the side, little domes, and he had a very high polish in that. And it was just that pattern that was there and those little domes, that's what made that interesting. So because when I bent it, all it is basically that piece is what you see in that shape. And it was just cut out, so it was sort of that doubled and then bent over a form. And then you're left with that shape. And you have to clean it up, of course, but then the bottom was put on, but then it was kind of boring. And with this one, I didn't want to have a lid handle on it because I wanted it to be symmetrical. And so I left both ends open on it. But the dimples on it, I really enjoyed doing because I haven't done that since school days. Like that was part of a practice we had to learn. So when I had it at the stage here where I actually had to tape things in place while I was working on it, a friend of mine came in and he said, "Oh, you're making a purse." And it was the same day that I sent Pat Feely the picture of where I was at that stage. And she goes, "Oh, it looks like a purse." So then because two people had said the word purse, and I play on the word tea, so personality, and that's how that got its name. But again, with the symmetry, Sterling, I try and keep things very simple with, sometimes with the wood and the teapot, not to take away from each other. So I try and keep, this one was based again on an ulu, and I used wavy birch for the handle again, and artificial sinew, just to give it a little bit more balance and have that more Inuit feel of it, ulu in it.